Okay, kicking off Pro 3 call, the NBM, the No Bowl call, No Bowl meeting on November 5th. And we have the Miss Cassie Teal, who's going to be gracing us with some knowledge tonight, which I'm super, super excited about. But first of all, I want to take a minute and introduce our newest Pro 3 to our Monday night call, which is Christina Davison. Christina, how I know Christina, so Greg and I enrolled her and her husband Chris August, I believe, in August. And Chris Davison and me and Greg went to high school together at Hastings High. And so we knew Chris, but I got to know Christina when we owned the store in Kearney, and she had Tristan, and she bought, they bought their goods from us when they had their little Tristan. And Christina made sure to buy lots of cute shoes for my store. And so we got to know each other then, and I'm so excited and proud of her new pace setter. So Christina, do you just want to share a little bit about you and your family? And this is the crew.
Yes. So Chris and I have been married for 12 years. We have 3 little ones. We have Tristan, who is 7, Rhett, who just turned 3, and Piper will turn 1 on Sunday. We live in Bertrand. I work full-time for the Buckle corporate office in Kearney. So I've been there like 13 years now. I do auditing and corporate tax stuff. So I'm a numbers nerd. That's about it. So that's
awesome. Us. Well, welcome to the team, Christina. You'll get to know everybody as we all start sharing in the weeks to come. So everybody who just jumped on, hey. We are going to talk briefly about a couple of the promotions. I think that it's really, really important that you guys and myself know how to pull reports in the back office to see who on your team is eligible for pace setter. What about if I just share my screen and show you guys all how to do that? Because I think everybody says, well, I think I know, but I don't really know how to run that. So I'm going to mute everybody quick because I hear a bunch of feedback, and then I'm going to share my screen. How about that? Mute. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen. Just kidding. Here we go. By the way, let me show you something really cool, guys. I was just checking leaderboard stuff. Look at this. Hold on. Pack. Oh, I'm not going to remember which one it is. I think it is Platinum Pack. Hold on. Is it? John Gardner. He's the leaderboard of the whole company. John Gardner, Pro 7, is in the most platinum packs of the whole company last week. So everybody give John a shout out for he's doing some awesome things. So, all right, in your back office, downline detailed genealogy is where you go to run reports, of course. But I want to show you, you can just put on some filters really quick. Just make sure you're looking at distributor only. And then you can put on some filters. And what I do right here under filters is I would just pull over the distributors and the Pro 1s. And then you can change the dates right here. So everybody who enrolled last month after the 2nd of the month would be eligible this month to get to Pro 2. Okay, so that's what I would change your dates to. And then just quickly hit update report, and it's going to pull you all the people in your organization that are eligible. Then you can add the Pro 2s in there and change your dates. And you could go all the way back to August 2nd. The people who enrolled August 2nd or after could hit Pro 3 this month to hit Pace Setter 3. And this is how you would generate that list. Okay, so make sure to know who is eligible, and that's how you do that. And now I'm going to stop my share. I just thought it would be helpful to show you guys actually how to do that. Remember, there is a recording, So if you need to watch that again, you sure can. I didn't want to take a lot of time, but I wanted to be able to tell you that. So I am going to introduce Cassie. Everybody knows her on this line. Hi, Shelly, right? Everybody knows her on this line, but she is a huge, huge asset to me. There is nobody better to talk to you about goal setting and Pro 5 hustle than Cassie Teal. She's taught me so much about how to set goals within my team and doing it the right way instead of just guessing and hoping, right? And so, Cassie, without further ado, I would love for you to bless us for the next 15 minutes or so, all about the Pro 5 hustle and what that looks like and setting goals on our team to have massive success.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay? Awesome. All right. Well, first thing I want to do is I want to thank you, Shauna, for inviting me to be here tonight. And I want to hand it back to you, you guys. This is what taking ownership of your business looks like. I mean, from day one, I knew there was something special about Shauna because she had a burning desire to make a change in her life. And that's a lot about what I'm going to talk about tonight, is identifying those people that you see in your business that want this like you do. Because when you find somebody that wants it like you, it's rare. And that's when you really need to help that person understand what it's going to look like and help them understand what it's going to take to get what they want. And when you see that person being coachable and following the system and showing up and doing all the things that you're coaching them to do, that's when you know that you've got someone special. And it's really time that you teach them everything you know. And that was really fun about meeting Shauna. I knew instantly she was going to do great things because not only did she have a burning desire to change her story, she was extremely coachable and she was willing to roll up her sleeves every day and get to work. So thank you, Shauna, for having me on your call tonight. Super proud of you and this team for what you guys are doing. And I love this topic. Okay, I know if you are on this call tonight, it's because you achieved Pro 3 and what next, right? What next? So I know a lot of what we're going to talk about tonight is the Pro 5 hustle, but I really want to talk to you guys about what this Pro 3 to Pro 5 journey looks like, because I will tell you this, when you look at, where's my notebook? I was going to find a statistic, but I think my other notebook's out in the kitchen. But you guys, when you look at the average statistic to get to Pro 5, it's crazy. Okay, it's crazy how long people are stretching this out. Because I'm here to tell you tonight that Pro 3 to Pro 5, yes, it's a $5,000 to $20,000 jump in your business, but I'm here to tell you can do it very, very quickly if you just get to work, okay? Because it really does come down to three things. Number one, you've got a burning desire to change your story. Number two, you're willing to be coachable and follow a system. And number three, you're willing to do the work. Now, I'll tell you this, I'm a farm girl. I grew up on a hog farm. Building a LifeVantage business is not like growing up on a hog farm. Yes, it's work, but it's a different kind of work. In fact, it's such a different kind of work, it kind of turns into a fun thing, right? It turns into just something that really, this is really where I tell people two things. You say yes to LifeVantage 2 times. You say yes when you get in, you physically put your credit card down, you give your information, you get your package in the mail. But then there's the decision that you say yes to get busy in your business, and you make the decision to go big with this thing. And so now it's time. I say you're in LifeVantage. So right now, every single one of you, you're in LifeVantage. You've made a commitment. You've done some great things. Right now, here's my question: to go from Pro 3 to Pro 5, you got to answer another question. Yes, you're in LifeVantage, but is the LifeVantage in you? Okay, because it's not only are you physically in the company, but it's got to be right here. Because it's one thing to have an ID, it's a whole other thing to have this thing in your heart and make it a part of who you are. And that's really what's going to happen between Pro 3 and Pro 5 is you are going to make the decision to have LifeVantage in you. And that's a really, really exciting thing. So the key to get to Pro 5, I'll tell you right now, one of the biggest lessons I've learned in this business is you never stop talking, you never stop sharing. Your team, as far as the number of people that you get to talk to every single day, that's a choice, right? The number of people that you share this with every single day is a choice. And that's a challenge that I'm going to put out to every single one of you right now is it's your choice to share every day. It's your choice to not share every day. I'm going to really challenge you guys to make it be your choice, because if LifeVantage is in you, now it's our obligation. It's our duty to go share this every day. And it's not a weird sales pitch. It's that, oh my gosh, I get to share this with you. Okay. So I'll also tell you from Pro 3 to Pro 5, you make this beautiful transition from being a part of a team to having a team. And that's a really, really fun thing, because I remember my very first events I showed up at, I was on a team. I was on a team. I was always on this person's team. I was always on this person's team. And something magical happened in that transition from Pro 3 to Pro 5. I was not only on a team, but I started to have a team. And really what that looked like is starting to take ownership. And when it comes to having a team, every single one of you on this line right now, you have a team, right? You have a team, whether it's a big group of customers or it's a big group of business partners, or it's probably a combination of both. You have a team. And so what I'm really going to challenge you all right now to do when you're looking at this next phase in your business, and maybe you just hit Pro 3 and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just excited, right? I'm excited because Christina, you're here, you're excited. This is a big deal to get to be on this call. This is where you get to start understanding it's all about, not only is it about you, it's not a me go, it's a we go. And this is really where you get to start taking inventory of your team and really understanding what does your team look like and what is it shaping to look like. Because that transition from 3 to 5, not only is it a boost in volume, it's also now you've got to start taking that mental note of, okay, where is this volume coming? Because I can tell you right now that if you go enroll, if you're a Pro 3 and you've got $4,000 in one leg and $1,000 in another leg, you're a Pro 3, right? Now let's say that one of your individuals in your large organization or your $4,000 leg goes and hits Pro 5. And now you've got $24,000 or $20,000 in one leg and $1,000 in another leg. Guess what? You have $21,000 in business, but you're still a Pro 3 because the balance in your business now, it is not where it needs to be a Pro 5. So I'm not going to get into all those details tonight, but what I will tell you that it really does start, you have to start paying attention of your team. Who's in your team? What does it look like? And I'm sure on this, I know you've got a series of topics that Sean is going to take you through and other leaders in our organization are going to take you through. Understanding how to read your back office is a big, big deal, because as you're building your business, you want to just understand where your business is at. So when it comes to taking inventory, I've got notes, ladies. I never come empty-handed. One of the things my mentor taught me a long time ago is never trust your fortune to your memory, okay? Because right now, if you're just trusting to remember what I said, you might remember 7%. 93% of this fire I'm going to send you right now is going to be out the window if you're not writing this stuff down. So, okay. So when it comes to taking inventory of your team, you need to become a master promoter. Okay. We're going to talk about the 7 key skills you need to develop to become a professional in this industry. One thing I'm going to talk about right now, because I'm going to be honest with you, this is something that I didn't start understanding my role in until way too late. Starting today and promoting events is key to your business. Now, one of the things I will tell you is you cannot make anybody do anything, but what you can do is just promote everything. Make sure everybody knows, because it's a whole other story when people make the decision not to go. Then, oh my gosh, I had no idea that was even happening. Because if our team doesn't know what's going down, it's as leaders, I always take that on me. If somebody in our organization doesn't know what's going on, I put that on my shoulders. That, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong in not communicating this message? So promoting events is big. Here's another one. Write these things down, because now as you're transitioning from 3 to 5, these are some key things that will be staples in your business every single day. Number 1, promoting events. Number 2, welcoming your new distributors to the team. Now, you may not be handling the new distributor training, but making sure that everybody gets a proper welcome into the organization and gets introduced to somebody in the leadership team. It's vital. Why? Because number 1, what you want to do is let that new person know they have a team. Number 2, and most importantly, you want somebody to edify you, because it's super easy for someone to say, oh my gosh, I can help you with this, I can help you with this, I can help you with this. But what if you put them on the phone with somebody above you in the organization? For example, Regina enrolls somebody today. She's getting introduced into Jamie. And what Jamie's going to do is welcome them to the organization. And then Jamie's going to say, oh my gosh, Regina's fabulous. She's an amazing leader. Listen to everything she has to say. Well, now, not only is that person already feeling the vibe from Regina, but now, oh my gosh, well, this Jamie girl, she said I should listen to Regina too. So now you got somebody else edifying you, okay? Number three, understanding what they want. This is a big, big deal, because one of the things that I've had to learn is I can't give anybody goals unless they want those goals. Meeting people where they're at is huge, because what you're going to find is that some people join LifeVantage because you guys are fun. They want to join your community. They have no idea what they just said yes to, but they want to go somewhere on Tuesdays and hang out with a really fun, positive, vibrant group of people. because they need some positive in their life, right? Some people join simply for the fun. Other people join for the products. And if we're trying to teach them comp plan and tracking their business, and they just want to know all about the power of nerve 2 activation, holy moly, we're gonna overwhelm these people. And then we've got those people that come to make money, and then we've got those people that come for all three. Knowing where people are at is critical, because again, we can't make anybody do anything. But if we understand what they want, and we can help give them a plan for them, that is really how you start helping you take ownership of your team and really understand the inventory of your team. Okay, so we talked about that transition from 3 to 5 and really taking ownership of your team. This is really where you start developing that next set of skills, because to get to Pro 3, you've got to be good at 2 things. Number 1, you've got to be good at making a list, and number 2, you've got to be good at inviting people to take a look at what you're doing. Those are really the two key skills it takes to get to Pro 3. From 3 to 5, this is really where we start developing that next set of skills. That next set of skills is learning how to tell the story. And most importantly, learning how to tell your story well, and learning how to tell the company's story. Because again, the more, if you were on the team call last night, you heard me talk about more stories equals more opportunities. Less stories equals less opportunities. Not telling any stories is going to give you no opportunities. So you really have to get effective at telling the story. And then here's a big one. If you don't get anything away from this call other than this tonight, your role as a leader is understanding where the follow-up has to happen, okay? Because you're going to get to a point where your organization's too big where you can't own all the follow-up. Like right now, I'm sure Sean is starting to understand that follow-up is a critical piece of your business, but eventually you get to the piece where you really want to empower other leaders to own that. Take this note down. If you need the volume in your organization, you have to own the follow-up. One of the mistakes I made early on, in fact, I made this for way too long, is I expected other people to own the follow-up. And what happens is follow-up. Remember, only 2% of the time do people make the decision on the first touch. 3% of the time, people make the decision on the second touch. 5% of the time, people make the decision on the third touch. So we're talking 90% of all sales happen beyond the fourth touch. I can tell you right now, nobody's following up that much. So as leaders, that's really where we get to step in and own that next piece, really perfect the skill of follow-up. And the way we do that is in the inventory process in our team, understanding who wants what, who is doing what, right? Just again, we're not babysitting, we're not managing, we're simply helping them take ownership of their business. Because if somebody's telling you, I want to be a Pro 3, you can show them how you got to Pro 3. Now, everybody on this call has gotten to Pro 3. You're simply going to say, this is how I got to Pro 3, and you're going to help them. And I guarantee every single one of you had to talk to somebody and had to follow up, right? All you're going to do is help them do what you did to get there. To be a 5, you have to help them do that. You can't just trust they know how to do it, because I guarantee somebody in your first few months of becoming a Pro 3, somebody helped you with that follow-up. That's now your role to help step into the follow-up. And then the next skill that you perfect at this stage of the game is learning how to close. And it's simply, I hate the word close, but it's simply helping people make a decision, right? Make a decision on, are you interested in our business opportunity? Are you interested in our products? Or are you interested in a follow-up, right? And we're not taking, unless somebody tells you, take me off the list, don't ever call me again. A no is not a no. A no is simply follow up with me in 60 days, right? So really helping people decide, where are you? So in the process of, we still don't know how to make lists, we still are inviting, but now in addition to making lists and inviting people to look at our opportunity, we're learning how to tell the story, we're learning how to follow up, we're learning how to close. And not only are we doing those for our own prospects, now we are taking in those skills and we are taking ownership in our organization, doing those things with our team. So again, your hands are going to be in everything. You will probably touch every piece of business going in your organization right now. And that's totally normal to know everything that's going on. The day you wake up and there's new customers and new distributors in your business and you don't know who they are, it's like, woohoo, right? But until then, you're going to touch everything. Now, the next 2 things we talked about that we're going to continue to talk about, we're learning these right now. Remember, we're learning how to tell the story, learning how to follow up, learning how to close. We're also going to start learning how do we get those new people started, right? That's part of the system that we get people plugged into right out of the gate, and then learning how to promote events. Those are the 7 key skills it takes to be a professional in this industry. So like I said, if you've hit Pro 3, you're already doing 1 and 2. In order to go from 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, it's about understanding steps 3, 4, and 5 and implementing them into your business. If you're not great at it right now, good. That's okay. You've got to be bad at it before you're good, and you've got to be good before you're great. I can tell you right now that you may do some things that get you completely out of your comfort zone. Good. That's part of it. Because if you're not willing to grow, your business is not going to grow. Your business is never going to be bigger than you. So it's all about understanding, where do I want to be and what am I willing to do to get there? And so I can tell you right now, if you want your business to grow, you got to grow. You got to grow here, okay? So remember, when it comes to the compensation plan, this cannot all come from one long, skinny leg. So if you enroll a rock star, flipping men, right? We love those people that just want to run and just want to do this. Don't bank all of your goals on one person. This is really where you want to be working with a lot of people at once. Now, a lot of people could be 3. A lot of people could be 5. In your organization right now, you'll be lucky if you find one that wants this as bad as you. That's totally normal. That's why we continue to recruit. That's why we continue to introduce ourselves to every brand new distributor. That's why we continue to introduce those brand new distributors up into the organization. That's why we make sure everybody gets coached from day one on how to get started, how to plug into the system. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. Your Pro 10 organization or your Pro 7 organization or your Pro 6 organization, whatever it is you want out there, it's already out there. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle. It's like this picture right here, right? It's out there. You just get to go find the pieces and put it together. You get to go find them, right? They're out there. We just have to go find them and put them together. So right now, every single one of us on this call, yes, I'm including myself, yes, I'm including Shauna in this conversation, we are all still in level 1. Level 1 is recruiting phase, okay? If you think you're done recruiting, start laughing really, really hard right now. Catch your breath and then zoom back in here, because recruiting never stops. I'm recruiting harder today than I have in a long, long time. And it's fun, okay? So now as you transition to this next phase in your business, you are going to continue to recruit, but you're also going to start to teach. And the best teachers are the ones who've experienced it. I can tell you all day long, the people who've read it in a book or the people who've actually experienced it and learned it. So now this is really where you get to learning by doing is going to be huge in your business, because what's going to happen is you are going to hear the word no. And then somebody that you and your team is going to say, oh my gosh, what happens when somebody says no to me? And you can say, well, let me tell you about this one time I got told no. Or you're going to face things that are challenging to you. And the more things you face, not only is it going to make you stronger, it's going to build your belief, it's going to make you a better coach. So I know that everybody on this call right now has been in level 1. You want to continue to be in level 1. I know some of you on this call right now are already in level 2, and this is really what this call is designed to do, is to not only get you into level 2, but teach you what that level 2 of your business looks like, okay? And the last thing I want to talk about is, as you are setting goals for yourself, as you're putting numbers to paper, as you're taking inventory in your organization, as you're helping your new distributors know who's in the organization and the events and the meetings and all these things, we get super, super excited. One little piece of advice for all of you: it is now time to feed this, okay? One of the things that I took for granted for way too long is I didn't feed my brain. In fact, right now, I've got about 200 books in my house. This one right here is fantastic. It's called Pound the Stone. And I'm telling you, anybody that's ever played sports, Jamie Williams, I'm telling you right now, read this book, okay? It's a fantastic mindset book on understanding the process, and how this is a perfect thing to understand right now, because I remember the days I just wanted to wake up and think, why can't I just be this today? Well, you know what? I wasn't ready for that yet. And so that's really all about feeding your brain, right? Making a decision, deciding what you want, understanding how much you're willing to grow. Because again, if you want your business to grow, you have to grow. It's just part of it. And I remember thinking that people were crazy when they were telling about this personal growth phase. They didn't understand it, but I will tell you this, it's the most beautiful piece of this process that you get to go through, because one day you're going to wake up and think, oh my gosh, this is what Shauna was talking about. This is what Cassie is talking about. This is part of this. So I can tell you this. I know I'm probably at, sweet, okay, 2 minutes to go. So now we've made our decision to be here, right? We've got a team. We're going to take inventory. We're going to figure out who wants what. We're going to help them understand what phase they're in, which, by the way, every single person you're recruiting right now, they're all in phase 1. It's about making a list and inviting people. That's all they get to do. Your job is to fill in the blanks with the telling the story, the following up, and helping them close, and then putting on paper, helping them, because trust me, you guys, if you want to go Pro 5, it's all about helping 4 of your people go Pro 3. That's what it looks like. So with that, Shauna, I hope I did exactly what you wanted me to do tonight, but it's pretty simple. You just have to make the decision. You got to go do it. So with that, you guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you, Shauna, for having me on, and God bless all you guys.
Kezzy rocks. Okay, so everybody, Kezzy, this is the first time you've been on our Pro3 call. We do this every time when somebody rocks. Woo! Kezzy rocks. Thank you, honey. That was straight fire. Like, I just took a page of notes, and I've heard her say that 155 times, and I can't ever hear it enough, to be honest with you. I will never hear it enough, and I hope that you guys will feel the same. This cannot get pounded in our heads enough, to be honest with you. All these things, because we forget them. You know, next week we'll forget it. Kezzy, thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's the deal, guys. For our team, I have talked to a couple of the leaders, and it has been something that we've discussed. And who wants that is not Pro 5? Well, I can't see all your faces, so this isn't going to work. But I'm guessing several of you want to hit that Pro 5 hustle, which, by the way, I don't think she's on the line tonight. Tara Miller is our first Pro 5 hustle bonus earner this last month. But I know there's several of you who want to earn that Pro 5 hustle. I see some faces. Who wants to hit Pro 5 hustle? Yeah, I already knew the two of you did for sure. So that worked. But what I'm thinking is, what if we form a little group, like a little accountability group for all the people who want to hit the hustle, and we can all help each other hit the hustle? What do you think about that? So I will formulate that group. I'll get it started tonight or tomorrow. If you guys want to earn the Pro 5 hustle, I'm not going to put all the Pro 3s in there, but this is the crew, right, that have the best chance to hit the hustle, right? All the 3s and 4s have the best chance to actually achieve that goal if you want it. So if you want it, we'll put you in that group. I will ask Cassie to be a part of that group. I think she'll say yes, and be able to offer wisdom to the people who want to be a Pro 5. And let's see if we can get that done by the end of January, so you can collect in on that $2,250 bonus, which is so, so sweet. But that's all it takes, guys, is asking people at the beginning of every month exactly what they want from their business. So that's where we're at. We're on the 5th of the month. So if you haven't asked your team what they want from their business, go out and do that tonight or tomorrow. And then all our job is, besides being in phase 1, right? Cassie already talked about that. Be in phase 1 always, but help your team reach their goals as well. Now you're a Pro 3 and you're a leader, so you've got to do both. You've got a team to help. And so, but the good news is you don't do that alone. You always use the leaders on your team above you to get that done as well. But if anybody needs any help, reach out to their Pro 5 leaders or above, and we're always happy to help. But that's it, 10:01, we're closing down. That's a wrap on tonight's call. Unless anybody has any questions, unmute themselves quick. Sherry, are you unmuting? There
Yeah,
you go.
I couldn't get the Saturday training link to work. Is that been a problem for anybody else? Maybe I just need to try again. I have had some Wi-Fi issues.
I think it works. I had 2 other people. I can see that people have viewed it already, so it must be working fine.
Okay.
So I don't know. If you click it and can't get it to work, then why don't you just call me and I'll see if I can help you.
Okay, I'll try.
It was great.
tomorrow.
Amber Swanson brought down the house, as well as all the other speakers. Regina, Jamie, Sarah, Tara, killed it. It was awesome. Okay, next week on the Pro 3. So we have figured out our topics, the Pro 5s above, Cassie, Amber, myself. We've put together some leadership topics that we think are exactly what the Pro 3s need to hear. There are about 12 different topics that we have come up with that are going to go on rotation, and they are going to be awesome. Next week, Amber Swanson's going to be here. I just actually got a confirmation while Cassie was talking that she said, yes, thank you. And she's going to talk all about social media and attraction marketing on a 2nd level kind of standard. So get your pins, mark it on your calendar. Don't miss next Monday night on the Pro 3 Up call. And we're going to have leaders all the time talking. It's not just going to be the Shauna Show. This is going to be This is going to be all of us taking input from all the people who are best in those topics. When I said tonight was going to be about goal setting and what to do next in your business, there's nobody better than Miss Cassie Teal to talk about that. So that's why she was invited here to bless all of us. So awesome. We all know our strengths and we all know what we need to get better at. And there's definitely some things that I still need to get better at. And so I'm going to ask other people to teach those topics. I'll teach them next time around. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have the best night.
Thank you.